morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today we are doing our robot project for CNS 1, Class 18, and our first group is Robertson.
Hello everyone, our group name is RoboDobo Part 2. This is a little reference to our first presentation from last quarter. My team is me, Jasper, Alex, and Anthony. We have a self-driving vehicle that has obstacle avoidance and line tracking, which basically will follow a pathway. Now I'll just hand it off to Anthony, and he'll talk a little about the coding and movement. Get your robot up.
So we have a robot, obviously, and we're going to talk about the motor of it and how it works. So this right here is the motor. It's beneath and under it. And this I1 and I2. This obviously controls the right side of the motor. I3 and I4 controls the left side of the motor. These right here connects those pins to those motors. So I1 and I2 connects to pin 6 and 7, and I3 and I4 connects to pins 9 and 11. So that's how it controls the whole thing and how it works and how it moves.
And where is that on the robot?
Oh, right here, underneath, right here.
Show the audience.
It's underneath right there. You guys can see. Right there.
Well, it's too small, bro.
So yeah, if you guys can see, it's right there. It's right there. Yes. That's the motor. And then our next slide will show you guys the code and how it works. So E and A and E and B is like the speed and how it works through the motors and the wheels. And as you can see, it says void. The void has two main functions, which is void setup and void loop. But as you can see right here, it says forward, back, left, and right. So like basically how the car moves. Basically the loop or the setup is how you put the code in to make it work, and then the loop is to make it like go back and forth as the code keeps going until it turns off, basically. And then the delay is the how long it delays. So basically it's 1,000 bits, just 1 second, one delay. And I'll pass it on to Jasper for Bluetooth.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Jasper. And today I'll be talking about the Bluetooth feature on our RoboCar. So Bluetooth basically is, it's kind of like a router. Shout out to Mike for that. It's kind of like a router. It sends signals back and forth. And with our car specifically, we have this Bluetooth chip right here. And I'm going to pull out my phone for a quick sec, because our car is actually able to be controlled from our phones, mobile devices. Oop. Is the car off? Sorry guys. Just gotta turn the car on first, that'll probably help out a little bit. But yeah, I have a little diagram right here on how the Bluetooth works. Like I said, it's kind of like a router. It sends signals back and forth. This is the Bluetooth chip, and this is obviously the phone. We are able to connect the device. So the first step into connecting the Bluetooth to our car is to install the application, which is right here. You can take a look. You can download this on your phone. I believe it's connected. There we go. Okay. Next slide, please. Yep. And step 2, open the app, which is what I just did. Choose the language. I wish I could show you guys that, but this is kind of what it looks like on my screen right now. Going through these steps, I just connected to the Bluetooth, and this is what the controller looks like. And there we go. I can control the car with my phone, which is pretty cool. Next slide, please. Okay, and this is the Bluetooth code. It's kind of like Anthony's. It's actually very similar to Anthony's code. Basically, everything is almost the same except for this part right here. So Anthony's code had all the movements programmed into it. And basically this portion right here is what makes it connect to my phone. This is the whole Bluetooth code right here. Everything is the same as before except for this part. And yeah. Like I said, self-driving. It could also, there's a couple different options on here, but I'll actually pass it on to Alex to go into obstacle avoidance. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. So, our car does have an ultrasonic sensor that kind of senses through sound and detects whether it should stop or not, and to kind of explain that. So if you were to move the car, it would move, and then the ultrasonic will measure the distance, and if it sees any obstacles, it would stop, and then the servo would rotate to see if it's the left side that has more distance that they can go through, or the right side. And once it decides, it'll rotate and move. So kind of demonstration to this is, so it'll just move, I'm not controlling it.
And then we go double.
To hit the wall, it'll look around, test, yep, and it just goes on and on like that. But, and I can still control it too. So basically, that's the main function of it. So these are the codes that I kind of tested some different speeds and also the distance of the car for descent. Our car currently isn't perfect when it comes to sensing the different walls. So I tried testing different speeds and different distances to kind of make it run smoothly. First we did the 250 speed, so a little faster, and 40, so the distance 40 millimeters, I think. And then that one was having a little bit of trouble, so we changed it up to
I think we're having some computer troubles. It's not changing slides.
well, so
There we go.
we changed it to 200, so a lesser speed, and then the distance higher, and it worked a little bit smoothly, but in the end it's still the same results. So yeah, so it's not entirely accurate, but so far that's how it works. Most of the time in private places, if it's too loud, it'll just bug up because it does sense sounds. So, yeah, and now I'm passing off to Rob.
All right, so I'll be talking about line tracking. Here's the code that we have for the line tracking. So basically, this is a little bit confusing to actually fully understand. I'll dive into the actual component of it first. So here underneath the robot, I took a picture of it, it's right here. So there's little sensors on there, and basically it senses this black line right here that we drew. So the sensors, as you can see, it'll sense where it is, or where the robot is. And so if it's perfectly in between, it'll just continue to go straight. If one sensor senses on the left side, it'll tell the car to turn left with the robots. So the sensors, right here, this left one, senses that it's on the left side, it'll turn left to straighten it out, and vice versa for the right. A little bit more to understand for the code, basically it's just a loop. It'll constantly run this, and it'll test all these variables right here. And then, so if the right sensor is sensing the black line, yes, it'll turn right. It'll just do that for the left, and then if it's middle, it'll just continue to go straight. Here's all the variables here. And so we were having a small issue.
What's a loop?
Just continuous code that it runs. So we were having a small issue with the robot where it was sensing, it kept going back and forth, back and forth. We're going to show you a video here real quick.
Test trial 1.
Oh, this is the code.
So what we're pulling up right now is one of our test trials. We had a couple of issues. As you can see, go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, as you can see, the robot was just going back and forth. It was following the line just okay. It wasn't exactly how we wanted it to. So we were testing. So on this sensor, there is a variable where the resistance. So you can change the resistance on how it senses the line. We tried messing with that just a little bit, but it wasn't. We were still getting the same results. I came to the conclusion that maybe that since we didn't draw this line perfectly straight, and since the robot only goes straight until it senses one of those variables, then it'll turn. So we slowed the robot speed down to about 100, and that's when we got it to work. And then in the second video, here, it works a lot smoother than the first video. I can show you. So working a lot smoother, follows the line if you didn't have it perfect. So those are the only functions we have for the robot. And if you look closely, you can see those red lights underneath, and then it'll turn off and blink when it senses the red light, and it'll tell the robot what to do.
Cool. And yeah, that was our robot. Hope you guys liked it. And yeah, is there any Thank you.
Anybody have any questions?
Are we doing any questions? You guys have any questions for us?
Okay.
Thank you all so much for the presentation. Very enlightening and very impressive. I wonder, because you mentioned about the lines being straight, have you all considered if the line was a different terrain, what type of impact it would have on the robot and the sensors? So for instance, if that was I think about a Land Rover, a Range Rover commercial, and you know, they have them going up the Rocky Mountains or a hill or something like that. What do you all predict would happen if the lines were perfectly straight, but the terrain or the texture was different?
I think I got an answer for that. I don't know exactly, but for my guess, I'm just gonna take like a wild guess. I think we would need like stronger sensors, because if there's like dips, in order for the lights to sense it, plus we don't have like shocks or anything, so you know, it probably wouldn't run too smooth, and it might get stuck, and the sensors wouldn't reach where it's supposed to sense the line at.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.